Hello and welcome to Catch Up with Lala. Tonight we're going to talk about Carlosking and Martel Holt, a story of leadership gone wrong.
So the thing about Martel is he's somebody who I love dearly. And just like any other cast member that I work with, I see things in them that the audience may not see because I get to spend more time with them, right? So with Martel, he is someone who obviously, if you ask anybody who has gone through a divorce, is going through a divorce, it's the toughest thing for someone to deal with, right?
Carlosking, your so-called love for Martel Holt has altered your judgment as the executive producer of Love and Marriage Huntsville. You have allowed your feelings for this man to actually override what you should be doing. As a leader, you should have taken control of this man when he got aggressive with the cast. You should have taken control of this man when he got aggressive with his ex-wife and her mother in previous episodes. I am shocked, appalled, disgusted, disappointed that you allowed this man to still be on our show displaying abusive behavior. Carlosking, you should be embarrassed, because one thing is showing me is if you love someone, they'll be your favorite. And clearly Martel Holt is your favorite. But Carlosking, because of Martel Holt, you will lose everything. The star of your show has quit because you allowed people to continue to bully her, including her ex-husband.
I think is happening with you.
Go ahead.
I think you are troubled inside because you don't want to show this side of you for some reason, and I don't understand why. And my concern for you, I'm very concerned about you. I'm concerned about you because I feel like at one point you had this great heart. And I think you're so angry. I think you feel like you have to put up this facade of being tough and being strong. You're so afraid of showing people that I made a mistake. I think you're still in love with Melody, and I think it's okay to say that. When you say I miss that, that is your family. And at the end of the day, this woman is your family and your children. Kids feel energy. And I think for the longest time, kids felt energy of you two being in a bad place. The thing about Melody and Martel is magic when you two are together. I think you're sad. And I think when you have these outbursts of anger, I think you do that because you're so afraid of being vulnerable. You're so afraid to just admit that I miss my family. Do you regret what happened with you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I regret it. I regret a lot of the things that that I put us through, because I feel that at one point we did have like the perfect marriage, We always had each other's back. What I miss is, my children being able to come home to the both of us,
And Melody, you obviously saw the same thing. What makes you get emotional right now as we talk about this?
I mean, just because it's, of the situation, the divorce and then the whole demise of everything and the marriage, and there are children involved, right? And so it's saddening, it's saddening whenever you look at it and think about it. At this point, we've been divorced for going on 2 years now. So, it's to the point for me where, it's done. I never would have thought I'd have children, you know what I'm saying, by a man that I end up not even liking. I never would that I end up not even liking.
Carlos King, an abuser can move you to tears, but the victim does not. I have an issue with that. And I believe you have a problem with strong black women. I believe you have a problem with black women, period, because you use them to gain notoriety, famous, and money for your shows. However, you have no empathy, sympathy, or understanding for them. Because melodyshari on that stage was the victim, but your tears was for an abuser who thought it was okay to behind the scenes to attack her makeup artist in front of own executives, the producers, directors, everybody. Instead of being reprimanded, you brought him back on that stage to try and appeal to something that does not exist. Carlos King, you should be ashamed of yourself. You call yourself an executive producer, a leader, but if anything, you've allowed this man to actually continue his horrific, disgusting behavior. He is full on display, and you actually okay with it. Because to me, it doesn't make sense that you allow this man to be on the stage knowing that he did all of that. He should have been removed straight away. But again, you wanted to appeal to him. That's not a leader. A leader actually follows through when he sees somebody getting out of hand and he takes over and takes control. Again, you allowed Martel to control that stage, not you. You thought your tears would move him. It did not. The love and appreciation you may have for Martel Holt, he does not have for you. And we'll get into that later on. Carlos King, under your leadership and enablement of Martel Holt, he took it to new levels. The beginning of last year, he made a social media post saying that the show is fake and that either you show his real life or don't show him at all, and he does not care if you fire him. Carlos King, you have created a monster. You have enabled this man to the point he can disrespect you on social media, call your reality television show, Love and Marriage Huntsville, fake, and that he and the rest of the cast are actors. This is what happens when you enable a monster. They begin a life of their own and they believe their actual persona. This toxic abuser really thought he runs the show, but maybe Carlos King, he does run the show and he runs you. Carlos King, a real leader, takes control of situations when they get out of hand. For example, your old employers, Bravo, fired Kenya Moore from the Real Housewives of Atlanta after she decided to display sexually explicit posters fellow cast member Brittany Ede at grand opening of her hair spa. You see, they swiftly got a hold of the situation, suspended her, and some alleged fired, while you continue to allow Martel Holt, an abuser, on the show after he was convicted, pled guilty as well to domestic violence and harassing communications. Okay, for his part of trying to release revenge P on his ex-wife. He's allowed to be on your show to harass her and stalk her. That is disgusting. That is despicable. Carlos King, your enablement and support of this man has gone to new low levels, which has really clouded your judgment when you think this is purely entertainment. No, it's not. You need to get your act together and fire Martel Holt. Carlos King, you truly are a despicable little man. You owe melodyshari a huge apology for allowing a convicted criminal back on the show to harass, bully, stalk his ex-wife on the show. You see, Martel Holt has truly taken over as executive producer because he self-produces himself. owe Melodyshari a big apology because she came on your podcast the beginning of last year and said she's not being seen, heard, or protected. And she does not understand why this is happening to her. She's the star of this show and helped create this show with her ex-husband. Instead of making things right, you have egged this situation on to the point that Martel Holt thinks it's funny and tried to change the narrative of his conviction down to a text message, while she has to deal with the consequences of his actions. I am so utterly flabbergasted that we have a convicted criminal on our screens. And the fact that Melodyshari had to quit because of the hostile environment that you created amongst him and her cast. And also because she refused to take a deal that you offered her, some type of management deal, where I think you either manage her or she manages the team. I don't recall. However, because she turned you down, you decided to retaliate. Shame on you, carlosking, because you truly are despicable. You are absolutely the worst boss, the worst type of producer, and you have a big problem with black women. You hate strong black women, but love the weak pick-me-shas, the one that actually bow down to a man and take all types of abuse from men, allegedly, and in my opinion. Carlos King, you fumbled. You fumbled big time, to the point now you might have something bigger on your hands, like a big lawsuit, because the rest of your other shows from the cast from there have also resigned. And that's due to the lack of leaderships that you present. You think it's okay to do what you've been doing, but unfortunately, your time is coming, Carlos. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share this video. Till next time.